Good morning to all our viewers. Good morning to all our listeners. Welcome to today's edition of the Good Old Days here on 2020 Vision Radio. Always a pleasure reaching into your homes, into your hearts this time on a Saturday morning. And we want to really warmly welcome all the members of the Good Old Days family and, of course, the 2020 Vision family. Wherever you are at this point in time, you are here in Nevis, you are in our sister Isle of St. Kitts, you are in our region, you are further afield, whichever continent you are on, whichever island. We are happy to have you, and we are saying welcome. We are hoping that your weekend is really going as you would like it. It's a bit on the chilly side here in Nevis. We have been getting some wonderful showers. The seas were troubled, but we are thankful because, the soil here in Nevis, the landscape really needed some showers of rain. We started to feel the intensity of the dry spell. Okay, but thank God, thing has cooled down a bit. And the soil is moist enough for us to get out there, and do a few things that we have been accustomed to do in the good old days. Get close to the soil, put something in the soil, okay, so that indeed we will be able to sustain, ourselves. All right, so if you are celebrating today, birthday, anniversary, whatever the occasion, we are happy to celebrate with you. And, we just encourage you, and we know you would, just give thanks for whatever the situation is. Give thanks for every moment, every minute, every hour that we have here. It's a blessing. If you're on the downside, you are experiencing some difficulty, you are dealing with the loss of a loved one, okay, we want you to hold on. Don't give up. Okay, it's always worth it holding on, and don't forget to hold on to the hand of the one who has always promised that he will be there before the storm, in the midst of the storm, and after the storm. All right, so don't give up, just hold on. Okay, so good morning everyone again, and welcome. Good morning Shefton, good morning Ren.
Yes, Chesley, good morning. Good morning Ren. Good morning to the entire Good Old Days family. Let me give an early notification. I will not be here for the entirety of the program. I will step out shortly to represent the Good Old Days, even briefly, at the homegoing service for the dear departed mother of our friend, brother, whichever one you would want to call him, Tulu Weeks. His mom is being laid to rest this morning. Service gets started around 10. So in a few minutes, well, I wouldn't necessarily go for I wouldn't necessarily hustle to get there for 10 o'clock because I am not performing any special rites in the service. So I just want to go and represent and at least make sure the Good Old Days has a presence there, at least for a little while. I might try and make it back before the program closes as well. So that is it. So I just want to say my good mornings. I want to say a special good morning to Rhonda Brown. Last week after the program, when I reflected, I said, well, I didn't call Rhonda name when I don't remember seeing her name. And so I said this morning, I have to mention Rhonda. So Rhonda, good morning. It's always good to have you, and I see her name showing up there saying good morning. I also want to pause momentarily to greet my favorite people. I will start this morning again with your Donna Liberd. Good morning to you, darling. To Shantiana Shadoni and Damien today. Yeah. I remember Damien today. I couldn't remember his name last week. Imagine that. Good morning to you all. I want to say good morning to Tammy down there in Anguilla and her team. Shamika, Owen Gustav Keynes, Kitara and Gustavia. I hope you all are having a wonderful time. I know they are supposed to participate in some, and I want to say congratulations to Gustavia for placing high up in the road run earlier this week. I think she came in like around 5th, which is good. Kitara wasn't able to perform in that event as she wasn't feeling well. She's still not feeling the best. And I think some kind of them going to perform today in some activity as well. Yeah, I want to encourage you all. I wish you all the best. I want to say good morning to Caleta over there in, Lord, I keep forgetting the street name over there. No, not going over. I'm gonna remember it. So Caleta, Dejeuner, and Baby Soda, my favorite. Yes, my favorite baby. Like I said to them, like I said to her the other day, something you did and whatever. And I saw that you're not wrong. Unless uncle say you're wrong, you're not wrong. What it is, I don't see you go, so I say, well, she's mine to spoil. So I love you. I love you just as much as you love me. I want to say good morning to Tamisha. She's in Groundhouse Circle, and her team, Tinisha, Kaim, Kayan, Keanu, and Ajani. And then I go over to Banjo Road and say good morning to Claudia and her team, Aishinaya, Isaiah.
Banjo Road.
That is over there in Cotton Ground.
Oh, okay.
A road they just fixed out there recently.
Banjo used to live in it.
Banjo lived there.
Oh, he lived there.
There is a Banjo who lived there. They call it Banjo Road.
Okay.
Yes. And so, yes, Claudia, Aishinaya, Isaiah, Isariel, Isaviel, and Bupsi, Emmanuel. Yes, I want to say good morning to all of you. I want to say special good morning to all the listeners and participants in our regular good old days. We look forward to having a wonderful time together. Ren, I give you a moment to say something, and then I greet the people on the Facebook page.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Good morning to you. Good morning, Chesley. Chef Tony Simmons was at Cotton Ground. The eyes have it.
Yes.
Huh?
Okay.
All right. So, good morning, all. Welcome today to today's program, and I want to join the guys in extending our condolences to Tulu Eugene Weeks, who is one of our presenters here at 2020 Vision Radio. You hear him every Thursday and sometimes on Saturdays, but he's laying to rest his mom today, and we send our condolences to him and the entire family, and also to my very good colleague, Ounce, Ovin Weeks. Wish them well today. Stay strong, and I know when you're on this side, it's easy to stay strong, but just know that you're in our prayers, all right? And for all that have joined us on the good old days today, we intend to have a great time as usual, lifting your spirits and have a good laugh and reflect as way back as we can. Good morning, Pam. Good morning, Denise. Good morning, my sister up there in Rochester. Good morning, Dorelin and Paget in Florida. Good morning to all my family members, wherever you're listening. We hope that something we say or play today will inspire you, encourage you, motivate you. And indeed, if you have something to say, our lines are open. 1-869-669-7312, 1-869-469-7953, or 1917-460-2187. Give us a call. We'll be happy to hear from you. Chesley?
Okay, all right. Well, we must say good morning, a special good morning to Winston Fifield Atta. All right, he's not well. He was supposed to be our guest. Very ardent listener, follower of the good old days. We want to say special good morning to him, and we want to wish him.
Well, he's still a guest, and just that he's not going to talk to us this morning.
Yes, as he
Recuperates.
continue to recover, right, from that thing that is going around, that tend to hold people so hard. Okay, and he has said that he's taking his bush and so on. So
very good,
Winston. Okay, and we know that he might go to the sea for a dip, right? Okay, all right. So we have to improvise this morning. Sometime in life, things don't work out as we would like, but we have to make the adjustments because life just has to go on.
Yes,
whether we like it or not. All right. And if we try to resist life will just force us to go on.
Indeed.
That's just the way it is.
Indeed.
Okay. Yes. I think Chef, I want to greet a few more persons, but I just want to put you to alert you that our program for this morning will focus on our local dialect. Okay.
Yes.
Part of our history. And we're going to be looking at elements of this dialect, and we're going to be sharing.
So we might be talking in tongues this morning.
Yes. Okay. We have one or two things that we want to share with you in dialect. You can, give us a call. You can make your input. Okay, and let us continue to celebrate together. And don't forget, we are not just waiting for the month of February to celebrate. We are celebrating every single day because we are proud of who we are.
Our blackness.
Every single day. All right.
Indeed.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay, yes. Yes, Chesley. I just want to add to my list. I just want to greet Omin down there in St. Thomas and Jason over there in Anguilla. Oh, and I want to send out a special morning greeting to Julie Swanston. She has informed me that she listens regularly. She enjoys the laugh. And so I wanted, Julie, good morning. I hope you enjoy it this morning.
Let her know we'd like to enjoy her laugh too. So she can call us.
Okay, well, she hear you. Okay, let me just greet the people on the board on the Facebook page. First thing was Sydney Stapleton with his usual greeting, saying good morning, guys. Also want to say good morning to my mom Mabel White in Barnesgut. Also my sister Diana White, lovely. Yvonne Jeffers is in saying good afternoon all and happy birthday to Rhonda Brown grandmother. Okay, Rhonda, happy birthday to your grandmother. And so and I just want to let people know Yvonne didn't make a mistake because she's over there in the UK and she's in afternoon while we are still in morning. So good afternoon to you in the UK, Yvonne, and good morning from us over here in Nevis, the Caribbean. I can't say a sunny Caribbean this morning because this is what the old people would have called back then. He looked kind of bleaky.
It does.
He looked kind of bleaky
and
this
it
morning.
Been for a while.
Yes, and it has been like that for a while. So I can't boast off with all the warmth for this morning because there is no warmth at the moment. Okay, we have a little breeze. I could see the water. The water there bouncing a lot. I mean, it's not going as bad as it was a few days ago, but it's still, kicking up a little bit. Rhonda Brown is in saying good morning to you, darling. Rhonda, and she says, "Oh, what me say grandmother, is sir?" Yeah, what do I mean? See, Rhonda sorry, and Zaza sorry.
It's her granddaughter.
Her granddaughter Zaza.
Yes.
Yes, he said happy birthday to Princess
Naeli.
Oh, Naeli Zaza Decent. Okay, good morning and happy birthday to you, Zaza. Sydney Stapleton.
Yes, happy birthday, Zaza.
Sydney Stapleton also says, foolish thing here. Also want to say good morning to my sisters Donna and Vernie Hanley. Great. Amethyst Stanley is in. Good morning, Amethyst. Good day. She says, good day, everyone. And Sylvester Pemberton is saying, blessed morning all. Good morning, Sylvester. Good to have you as usual. Brenda Lee Williams says, good morning to the good old days, family and friends. And Ermin says, Liber, that's my dear cousin Ermin, says, good morning to all. Dick Noel Jeffers says, good morning, guys. Teresa Quayle says, good day, everyone. Good day to you. Gwen says, good morning to the good old days host. Especially, and he doesn't want me to read it, especially
a family.
No. Good morning to the good old days host, especially to me Kusada bread maker. I believe I know who that be. You have made my weekend a fabulous one. Thanks again. You're very welcome, my dear. It's my pleasure to satisfy. Jam Forbes says, good morning to my daughter Latoya and all of my loved ones and the listening audience. Thanks, Guy, for bringing the program to us faithfully. Glenn Smith is saying, Grand Rising. Good morning to you. Grand Rising to you, Glenn. Jam Forbes is saying, it's bleaker there and very foggy where I am. Oh, okay. It's bleak. Okay. Yes, so those are the greetings so far. Let me see. Let me look over here and see some other people who might be on. Cause this one will tell me who's watching. I see Lornette Powell is watching, my dear cousin and villager. Good morning, Lornette. Florence Byron is watching. Florence, I'm going to check you later. Yes, those are the few I see on, those are the couple I see on that one. I just engage all kind of devices here. Carol Pemberton Benjamin is watching. Good morning, Carol.
Yes, good morning, Carol. Thank you for watching.
Okay, those are the ones.
All right. Now let's just take a look at our local dialect. Okay, and it is considered a language because a language has certain structure, right? Language has vocabulary of its own. It has structure, sentence structure of its own. The way the words are arranged. It has sound system, and it also has rhythm. Okay, and we're going to be looking at some of the elements of our local dialect. We're going to try and dissect it a bit. But before we do that, let's just play a story for you in dialect, and you can listen. Okay, we're talking about rhythm. We are talking about sound structure. We are talking about vocabulary, and we are talking about the way the words are arranged in the sentence.
Which expression?
Okay, let's play. Which two are there? Anyone?
We have Miss Matty, electricity, and Bacchanal.
Okay, let's do the one on electricity.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, sure. And and I would just say that this is a Miss. It's long time we're in here, Miss Matty, and so we are going to play something from Miss Matty. And I know somebody met me recently and said, "Tell Chelsea I want to hear more of Miss Matty." So we have Miss Matty in today.
She was on vacation.
Omiamo. In the days when Nevis was still pitch dark and you could hardly get Miss Matty out of she house after 8 p.m., Nevisians used to really share a lot more. Miss Matty would take she provisions for she neighbor and left she fish and she fridge, which was the only one you could find for miles. Miss Matty also used to get she eyes from the same neighbor to give the water from the monkey an extra chill. But one day, the neighbor get funny and tell Miss Matty that she stopped making free eyes for people because current gone up, and that all who want eyes going to have to pay for it. Miss Matty asked the neighbor, "Well, how come I not charging you for me yam, me pumpkin, and me potato? Anyway, Miss Matty, she ain't stand to reason, much less to take forwardness from people. So she decided that if the neighbor can get lights, she can get too, since a post was right in front of the gate. Now this was the same Miss Matty who decided that nobody going burn down she house with no current. Who always say that nothing going get between she and she kerosene lamp. This same Miss Matty went to the electricity department and said in her best English, "I come to apply for current installation." She filled out the form, then she left. The day when she friend Arthur Buggy was to come to wire the house, Miss Matty tired wait. Here, Miss Matty, I sure wherever the Arthur Buggy day, he driving right in the middle of the road. But she waited patiently for him, for she decided that Arthur Buggy was the best man for the job. As soon as Arthur reached, he started to walk, and every step he made, Miss Matty was behind him, as if she was the overseer. Every minute, Miss Matty tell Arthur, "Arthur boy, run them where you go, I beg you. Remember, you can't play with current." The house wired, Miss Matty glad. They come to put the meter on the house. Here, Miss Matty, "Hey, what kind of machine that are you putting on me house?" "Mine, take care of burn down me place, you know." When they turn on the light, she say, "Oh, me amo, this light is bright, fire bright." You should have seen her. She started to jump and clap as if she was going mad. She even said that she not afraid jumping now. It was not long after that Miss Matty had she own little fridge, and she sent a message to she neighbor telling her that if she wanted free ice, she could get some. Oh, Miss Matty was happy. When she come from she land, she opened the fridge and she said, "Lord, that little breeze I feel too good." You would not want to believe this, but it's the truth. Miss Matty not only had she fridge, but a TV set as well. She said, "God bless me daughter." It was the only TV set in the village, and Miss Matty feel important. At night, Miss Matty had people from all over, especially the young men. One night, Miss Matty had a crowd out of this wall. about 15 people, but Miss Matty decided that it was not less than 40. When she see the number of people there, she shout, "Oh, me amo. Somebody gonna have to go back home because the more people you have watching TV is the more current burning." But Miss Matty decided that she gonna start her own movies, and so she set a price. Children, penny hit me. Adult, 5 cents. Who not got money, stop home. One night, as soon as Miss Matty finished picking up the money, the current went off with a bap. Miss Matty said, "Oh, me amo." By the time the current come back, the TV station done sign off long time. Here, Miss Matty, they could have kept the current and done, but a hole in everybody money till tomorrow. So make sure who don't pay come back. The following night, as soon as Miss Matty turned on the TV set, the current went pop again. And she said, "Oh, me amo." People start to grumble. They want their money back. The electricity never came back till morning. The next night, everything went well for the movies. But as soon as the last person left, the current went pop again. And you know that Miss Matty had to say, "Oh, me amo." She watched the light bulb. She watched the fuse. She watched the meter. She peep outside and watch the post and exclaim again, "Oh, me amo." On top of all that, they had load shedding for the next 2 weeks. Miss Matty decided that this was no load shedding, but a complete shutdown at the power plant. She went back to the department and started up with one confusion. "You all might as well come back for higher current. Me can't take this no more. Every minute current off. But I well and good and never chow me monkey, or me goose, or me kerosene lamps. Nobody can rely upon you there. You make the thing not gonna tears." As soon as Miss Matty said that, the light over she head went pop. And she said, "Oh, me amo. You just take off all your own lights too?" She soon concluded that the norm is to be in darkness, and that to have current is a strange thing. This was the case in navies for years and years, and Miss Matty got accustomed to it. So accustomed that she just accepted the situation whenever the lights went. She not take no stress. All she would say is, "Oh, me amo." Now when Miss Matty looked back at life in navies, she shake her head and she say, "Lord have mercy, we really went through some things. We had it rough. Sometimes when I look over to St. Kitts and see all them lights, I used to feel shame for navies. But thank God them days gone, when all we had was just Simmy Jimmy. When all you could do with fish and meat was to can them. When you leave the food in the safe till morning. When children strain their eyes studying by the lamplight. When people run from Jumbie, they neither hear nor see. But you know, we made the best of it and we survived. When I look at how them young people wasting current today, my heart grieve, and all I could say is, "Oh, me amo." Now I must say a hearty thank you to all those guys who worked in the electricity department over the years. They have done a wonderful of a job with little pay. And boss, whether you like it or not, I can't forget all them people who work so hard to bring navies from darkness to light. What we enjoy today come from the foundation they laid. Things so good now with Nevlec and so on that I can hardly remember the last time current went off. At that very moment, Miss Matty fridge make a funny noise. Pop! When she checked, the current was gone. She put her hand in the ear and she said, "Oh, me amo."
Played for you there a story in the local dialect, okay, and we are saying that the dialect is a language because it has its own the arrangement of words is unique. I mean, when we talk about arrangement of words, I think in language we say it's a syntax, right? Mm-hmm. It has its own vocabulary system,
Syntax,
right? Yes, structure, yes.
And semantics is the meaning.
Right, semantics, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and it has its own phonology or sound system, as you know, we pronounce the words in a certain way.
Yeah.
Okay, and so, and it has its own rhythm, of course. You would realize that the dialect comes with its own rhythm, and when we have local situations,
And usually very sweet.
yeah, definitely, you know, it can represent our local situations very well because it comes with that local rhythm, right? A rhythm that you may not get with the with using the standard English. You say one thing in standard English, you say the same thing in standard English. I mean, in dialect, and
Totally different.
The difference, it's a big difference.
Oh yes.
Okay, yes.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes,
When you
Yeah.
when you say something in standard English,
Yes.
it usually don't have half the impact and effect as when you say it in dialect.
Right.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
that's for us.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let's just look at a few elements of the of our dialect, some features of the dialect. Okay. All right. Now, expressing the negative. Okay. Expressing the negative. Now we often would use no. Okay. Not. For example, me no. Okay, me no. Me no going. Okay, me no went. Okay, John no work today. Okay, they no day. Okay, okay, and so we see here that we use the no here in a different way. Me no. Okay, you no. You no going. Okay, all right. Now we also use been for the past tense.
Me no been no.
Yeah, for example, yes. Me no been no.
Me no been there.
Right. Okay. Exactly. The bus no been there.
You live in Calio.
Yeah, exactly. Live in Calio. Me no been see.
Yeah.
Okay. Me no been see.
Me never been do it.
Yeah, me no been do it. Okay. All right. And we also use
Me nah.
been. Yes. Been with at times to express was or were going to do something, right? Or were doing something. Was or were doing something. For example, she been at work. Okay, let's take this call. Is it?
Good morning. You're on your good old days.
Oh, me amo. Me tap out of school because
Yeah.
my school shouldn't mash up.
Oh, me amo.
From at school. Oh, me amo.
Oh, me amo.
Hi, good morning.
Morning, man. You
You guys.
you want on
Happy
you
birthday to my granddaughter.
yes.
Make 11. Oh, me amo.
Oh, me amo.
Old.
You buy a new pair of shoe? You gonna buy a new pair of shoe?
I'm going to buy a new pair of shoes me so I could come back to school.
Oh, okay.
The shoes they are old, so we got the floor. Oh, me amo.
Oh, me amo.
Kalangan. What? Pop Kalangan again. What? Say are you?
Okay, all right, all right. Thank you very much. Okay. Okay, all right. And we are looking at some features of our local dialect. Of course, we are continuing to embrace our history, to embrace.
Yeah, just,
Go ahead.
yes. Well, I just want to say good morning to Mona. Mona Davis is saying good morning, 2020 Vision viewers, blessed Saturday. But I really wanted to get to this one from Winston Truitt, Fifield Hobson.
Yes.
And he says, good morning to all. Sorry I couldn't make it this morning.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Right.
Yes.
Morning to you
Okay,
again.
Atta. Morning to you.
again, Atta.
Yeah,
And do get
Okay.
well soon.
Yes.
Yes.
And we understand because my niece, who is a good friend of yours, she battled it for almost a month.
Yes.
And she's still not over it because every now and again the cough rise up. And I've known of other persons who have been battling it since in the middle of
The
January.
cough seem to be a stubborn thing, boy.
Since in the middle of January and still fighting it.
Yes.
I see somebody, Jonathan Raymond, says good morning to you all. Good morning to you,
Morning,
Jonathan.
morning.
Good morning. Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. So we were just looking at been, right? To express the past tense, and we said we have structures like then no, been no, she no, been no.
Me no been there.
Me no been there.
Lad man,
yeah.
give man chance, you know, been no.
Should have been no. Should have been no. Okay. Okay.
Lord.
And if you compare that to Give her a chance. She really didn't know.
She really did.
Okay.
So
the
question is where bin come from?
Abi language.
Yes.
I know it's our language, but you know
we have
Bin.
we have a combination of sounds coming out of the African context. We came from Africa. We brought a lot with us. Okay. Some countries in the Caribbean have been able to hold on to their language, better than us. For example, in Jamaica,
yes,
the dialect is very, very distinct. Has a very, very distinct region.
And no matter where they go, how long they go for a change.
Yes. Ours tend to be more. There's been some interference from
influences.
Influence has been greatly influenced.
From the media and so on. Okay, all right. Now, bin is also sometimes used with when you are expressing was or were doing something. For example,
Me no been a go do it, you know.
yeah, yes,
I been a go get on one box.
yes, yes.
Or I've been at church yesterday.
Yes.
Or I've been at school.
Yeah, we have those. She been a walk.
Yeah.
She been a walk.
Yes.
Yeah. Where was she? I didn't see her. Well, she been a walk. The band no been a play.
Yeah.
The band no been a play. No rain been a fall. No rain been a fall. Okay. Daryl no been a sing.
No son been
Daryl no been a sing. Okay.
Yes.
So we get a nice rhythm there. Expressing. When doing the English was or were doing something. Okay.
Couple comments and a submission from Atta again. Vailina Ali is saying good morning, all blessed Saturday. Good morning to you as well, darling. Melissa Pemberton says good morning, all. Good morning to you. And Winston Shuit Fifield Hobson says
Yes.
maybe not come.
Maybe not come. I like that. Yes.
Maybe not come, but
maybe
me
not
may
come.
feel good.
Me feel good.
Me are on the last part.
Yes, that's right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and and we must say as we continue that we have to be proud of our language because the language is
Indeed.
part of us,
Of course.
and it represents us, right?
Yes.
And we enjoy it.
Right. Go ahead.
Talking about the and just like how we are saying, the same thing in standard English doesn't have the same impact as you have in dialect.
Yes.
I remember when we were in school, when we were in school in Ginger and secondary, there was a people just cuss and thing. There was a cussing between two students, two girls, and one of them is nicely spoken, very well spoken all the time, and one of them a flinky dialect,
Yes.
but this one nicely spoken. You're cussing them, and she tell you that you are a dog. That's what you are. You are a dog. That's what you are. That could never have the same effect as you say. You are a dog.
Yes.
And you also have to recognize dog and dog.
Yes,
Dog and dog.
yes, dog and
Yes.
dog. You're a dog. That's what you are. I look at you, say a dog. A
Yes.
dog you be.
But Chesley Shefton, sometimes in absence of a dialect, you have to laugh. It sounds it almost could sound very funny.
Yes.
Because to hear somebody, having been accustomed to using the dialect, to hear somebody say you are a dog,
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like, really?
Right.
Yes.
That's no insult.
No.
Like Shefton, it doesn't have any impact, really.
No, you're not gonna see any impact.
And and to hear two persons having a heated exchange in the standard English, and to have a real, because cussing in dialect is a real contest,
Yes.
It's a serious contest.
man.
It is.
It's a serious contest. It's like a competition, to see who can inflict the most
Yeah.
hurt. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
yeah.
And so when you get that kind of intense,
It's about putting down.
contest in dialect. The drama comes out. Okay. All right. Now let's just look at the use of.
But even
Go ahead,
in that
sorry.
statement that even that statement
ahead.
that Shefton used as an example, the person wouldn't just say you're an dog. The person would say you're an old dog.
Oh,
Yes.
dog.
You're an old dog.
You're nothing but.
You're nothing but a dog.
Yes.
Yeah.
You want dog in your class.
Dog in
Yeah.
class, exactly. Okay, we are looking at different features of our local dialect.
And expressions.
Okay, and you're in tune to the good old days, so you can give us a call here on 2020 Vision Radio, 469-7953, 669-7312.
Okay, let me just, in the meantime, let me greet Annette Morton, who is in, and Annette is in saying good morning.
Hello,
all.
Annette.
And she's Annette, you not get the understand, well, dialect easier talk and not so easier write.
No, it's not so easy to write.
So Annette, you should have called in and give that in your dialect, because Annette is saying, I was there earlier, but you hadn't started. Me been there earlier, all about time, I've been started yet.
It's not that Annette don't know, Chef Ton.
That's why I say she knows, but in the dialect not so easy right now.
Right.
It's not so easy right, and it's so easy read neither.
No.
You have to understand read.
Yes.
But the easy you say
Is that
slip off your tongue.
because the reason why it's not so easy to write or to read is that because we how should I say this? We have differences in different areas of the island, right? You recognize that?
That's one of it.
Right.
That's one of it.
And we more embrace it. We have more embraced it as part of our oral tradition.
Yes.
We used to talk, right? And
Yeah,
stories
right.
And tell stories and so on.
Yeah.
But then, okay, let's take this call.
Good morning, you're on the good old days.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
This is Mr. Manor.
Yes, speaking.
This is the only doctor of culture. I'm here enjoying your program.
Oh, okay,
Every
right then.
Saturday.
Winston Zacks Nisbet, the one and
I
only.
just want to say a little something.
Go ahead,
While
sure.
you're on that,
Yes.
well, I hope we don't offend anybody.
No,
but
it's all right.
there is a song that was played. When speaking about dialect, with a lady who came down from Nevis to Mr. Malalu's place.
Yes, very popular.
Malton
You
Harlow.
remember that?
Yes,
Yes.
of course.
And Mr. Malalu was selling his what you call his milkshake and ice cream and that sort of thing.
Yes.
And right there where Rituals is presently, I remembered as a little boy.
Yes.
And a little boy was in there, and this stool and in there was filled with people. And I know this song because my little string band played and people will be excited. And the song go like this, quickly. Listen to a story not too long ago. All the rain saying kiss, I want you to know. A woman came from Nevis and she wanted something to drink. She had a funny accent and with that she started to sing. Hey, Mr. Malalu, sell me a malt and a hallop. Woman, where you come from? I come from a Nevis country. Mr. Malalu, Mr. Give me the thing. Lord, I'm feeling thirsty. I want it to full up my belly. You know?
Yes.
That is the first verse, and not the whole song.
Yeah,
But,
well, sing,
you know,
Sing the whole song, man. Go ahead.
Sing the
Okay.
song. Sing the song.
Then he said, now this was big trouble in the restaurant. She hold the boy by his collar, because he embarrassing her. Now tell me what me want. Mr. Passy malt, anything will haul it up. If you no go sell me, tell me, let me go to your shop. Hey, Mr. Malalu, sell me a malt and a haul up. Woman, where you come from? I come from a Nevis country. Mr. Malalu, Mr. Give me the thing. Lord, I'm feeling thirsty. I wanted to full up my belly. He gave her a milkshake along with a straw. Now she say you understand what me been asking for. If you see how she drink it real fast. I could have swear to heaven that she going to bite a big glass.
Mr. Malalu, tell me a malt and a hallop.
Woman, where you come from? I
come from a Nevis country.
Mr. Malalu, Mr. Give me the thing. Lord, I'm feeling thirsty. I want it to full up me belly. You understand?
Wow,
Yes.
wonderful.
It's 4 verses it is, so
Okay.
it's just the
Yes.
3.
Yes,
But the song has
yes.
the same impact and the effect
Yes.
Definitely.
in relation to what you are singing. So
Yes.
I'm enjoying the whole thing every
Yes.
Saturday.
Thank you so much.
And I'm so impressed. So I said, let me call in as
Yes.
the doctor
Yes.
of culture
Yes. Zach?
and getting ready for me aquatic sports and that kind of thing.
Okay. So you're
That's the
busy.
big thing.
Yeah. Yes, so
That's what I
Zach.
want to put in anything.
Yeah, Zach, we are very happy for that because we only know
One
actually,
verse.
the chorus,
The
yes,
chorus, yes.
Mr. Malalu. So we would want to get that
The words.
the words of the whole song because
No
that
problem. I have the other voice.
because
as
that
well.
can be
Absolutely.
that can be one of our folk songs here, in the Federation, right?
Yes,
It speaks
yes,
to our
yes.
culture. Speaks
That's
to our
true.
culture. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Great.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you very much.
You're welcome.
And keep
Thank you very
listening.
much, Zach. And you know,
Only
there's
one doctor of culture.
you know, there's always a cheer here for you.
Yes. All right.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Glad to make
Yes.
an impact.
Yes.
Alright.
Thank you very much. Okay.
And Chesley,
Yes.
in reference to what Zach just said, he brought out another point there, hinting.
Yes. Hinting. Yes. Hinting. Yes. Give me the hinting.
Give me the hinting.
Yes.
Give me
Yes.
the hint.
Yes.
I want it to full up the belly.
So hinting would replace what in English?
Thing.
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 Thing. Can you please give me that thing?
Mm-hmm.
Can you please give me that thing over there?
Yeah.
Man, give me the hinting
Man,
over there.
hand me the
Not give me the hinting. Or hand me the
hint. Hand me
hinting.
the hinting.
Yes. Okay.
Give me with me hand.
Right.
Emphasis.
Yes.
Emphasis.
Definitely.
Emphasis.
Right.
Emphasis.
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah. Who? Amity Stanley say you guys killing me.
No, we don't. That's not our intention.
And Yasad Tafari says, as you speak about language, why we are not interested in introducing at least one African language in our schools? We seek to teach English, French, and Spanish, and now even trying to introduce Mandarin, but no thought about an African language.
Yes.
Says a lot.
Maybe
Let's engage that discussion, especially seeing its. Let's engage that especially seeing it's African History Month. Just seeing that you are speaking of language and dialect,
and especially since we have so many
Nice
Africans
point.
among us.
And Mona is having a good laugh. Sherilyn Williams is saying good morning to the good old days family and friends.
Morning, welcome.
Okay.
Let's take this call.
Good morning, you're on the good old days. Good morning, you're on the good old days. Go ahead, please.
Calling on the
You ready?
Hello?
volume. Is it? Hello?
You call that thing. Calling. I don't know.
Hello, good morning.
Nobody.
No, nobody's there right now.
Not today.
Okay, caller, please do call back. We would like to hear from you.
Of course.
Okay, yes.
Yes.
Now, yes, that point that was made there by Farai, right? Is a good point because
is.
what we have to understand too is that language tend to create bridges.
Yes.
It brings cultures together. Okay, and I know that the African continent and the Caribbean, they are far apart. But we are hoping that in the future we would see some movement towards bridging that gap between the Caribbean and Africa. And I think more and more we're going to reach that point.
It's getting there.
Right, yes.
Chesley, not to create any friction or any argument as such, but there are some amongst us that don't want to accept the origin.
Yes.
There are some amongst us that don't want to accept that they are from Africa.
Well, there are some things you can't change.
Yes.
Whether they want to or not,
Yes.
that doesn't change the fact.
Yeah,
That does not change the fact.
An interesting part about life is that sometimes people see themselves as one thing, but then
In reality,
and the rest of the world perceive them to be different.
something else.
You
Okay?
know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but earlier we made a point there about the not being able to write the dialect. It was Annette Morton who said that.
No.
No, I was saying.
He was saying that.
No,
that we don't know how to write it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not that we don't know, but it's more difficult.
Difficult. But what happened is that it begins with acceptance.
Yes.
and appreciation. We must accept it as a language first. And then we say, okay, well, this is a language, it's important to us, and then we take it to the next level.
Is
You
it
know?
is it
But-
true? Go ahead. Sorry.
But then if we have a problem with acceptance, and we know that in the past, as part of the colonial system, right, where we had a challenge with dialect. For example, our parents would say to us, speak properly.
Yeah.
Speak the Queen English. Okay? And sometimes when they are talking, they talk a lot of dialect because it's natural to them.
Yes.
You know, when they wanted to do something, they want action from you. Okay, they want a change of attitude and so on. They're going to blast with the dialect. Okay,
Yeah.
because it's effective. You know.
And
Go ahead, Red.
one example is a teacher who, in correcting a student, admonishing them to speak properly,
Yes.
and realizing the hesitation, say, "Boy, I would have ring your neck."
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah,
she found it much easier
Yeah.
to correct the child,
Yes.
or to the child with dialect,
Yes.
who she was instructing to speak the standard English. And the argument can arise: what is standard English?
Yes. Well,
You know?
that's what we call the Queen's English.
The
and
Queen's
then,
English.
And nowadays we have American English and so different.
Good morning, you on the good old days. Hello? Somebody is really trying. Is there?
Okay.
Okay, let's try over here. Good morning, you on the good old days.
The person is still coming.
It's not the phone's not.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Happy New Year.
Happy
Same.
boy.
Yes.
Well, this is my first time, so
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Happy New Year to you, man. Bless you.
Okay, happy new year back.
yes. The first story you shared, Chesley, brilliant.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm listening, and I'm going like, every time Miss Matty say, "Oh mi amo," I'm like, "Oh my friend."
Well, the response to that is it just come automatically. Somebody says "Oh mi amo," you say "Oh mi amo."
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I know that from
Yes.
and then later on I say, "Well, why is he talking dialect?" So maybe I shouldn't say that anymore. But anyway, that was what was going through my mind.
Yes.
The song there about with Baba Butman, the Malalu,
Yes. Yes.
the Malton Harlem.
Yes.
Woman, where you come from? I remember it saying I come from a Rallying Mountain, but the gentleman sang he comes from this country.
Leave his country. Yes.
Yeah, well, I the first time I hear that part, but a customer hearing it comes from a Rallying Mountain.
Yes.
But that's alright. It's nearest country anyway.
Yeah, I don't know the lady, but I feel like I know. I mean, the way I hear my father talk about that.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Anyway, the dialect is our thing. And,
Thank you, man.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
The same way they push it there, we need to push ours and be proud of it.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yep. We need to push ours and be proud of it.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything.
Oh yeah.
Everything. Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
And I was going to say,
Thank you.
Chesley,
Thank you,
Shefton,
caller.
thank you. I was going to say that it is my understanding that to some degree it is, I don't know what percentage, Shefton may be in a better position to say, there are some degrees accepted in sexy. Like if
Yeah.
you're doing a short story or something like that.
Yes. Well. For some time, I mean, some measure of acceptance has been. Okay, wait. Let me see.
Good morning on the good old days.
Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Good morning.
Man, I'm telling you, this something song sweet, man. I'll be in the Virgin Island, I listen on no. Man, It's sweet now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Long time I hear them something, you know.
Okay. There you go.
Man, I'll be enjoy ourselves. Me love to hear.
All right.
Okay.
All right. There.
Everybody say me is nice, you know. But
Yeah.
I say me is Isla.
Okay. Yes.
Enjoying it very much in the Virgin Island.
All right.
Man.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Yeah. Again.
Yeah,
All
until
right.
next time.
Share the session with Christmas Saturday morning.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
I said, and
No, no.
are you? But
Okay.
I don't see it now because I'll be going and bye.
Yeah. Okay, then, all right.
There you go. There you
Well,
go.
you know, an award was highlighted in this last caller's conversation. Sub.
Yes.
That's not necessarily a part of our dialect, is it? That's from another island.
Some.
Well,
Yeah, you have.
Well, it's not very popular.
Something,
We use it every now and then, but
And then, well, you know, and even navies too.
Mm.
You know, depending on which area you come from,
Yes.
you have a little variation.
Yes. In different areas, right?
Different areas.
and some
Right.
guys say something, but then some people say
Hinting.
left me sudden.
Let me say, yeah.
Yeah, left me sudden.
Yeah.
Left me hinting.
Oh boy, left the hinting.
Exactly.
Oh, give me hinting.
So
Well,
I was saying.
let me direct you back to Ginger's song. You remember that line?
Yes.
I gonna tell mommy.
You
tell
touch
me
me
mommy.
hinting.
You touch me.
You touch me hinting.
Yeah. Hinting. You know, it's interesting though because
Yes.
because when you hear the word hinting in isolation,
Yeah.
you
Doesn't
just
make
say-
much sense.
No,
Yeah, yes,
you just
yeah,
say, well, it's
yeah.
mean thing, right? But when a female say
You touch me hinting.
hinting,
Yes.
it's something else. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah. So it has different meaning for different different times.
Yes.
Different
Yes. Context.
Yes,
Yes,
different
context.
context. Yes, that's it, Chef.
I think Joe was making a point. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was responding to what Renford queried, and I was saying that for some time.
Okay, let's take this call.
Go ahead.
So
Good morning, caller. You in the good
Yeah.
old days.
Yeah, good morning again.
Good morning.
Just the guys here. Listen, I decided I'll call back and share this story. Between
Keep your voice up a little. Keep your voice
Yeah,
up. You don't have to shout. Just keep your voice up.
between the year 2000, 1980 and 2000, I was part of the taxi driving fraternity here on the island. And it used to be kind of fun, when we have an island tour. And we will come to a point, a stop, where we would let the guests go in. We give them the history and then we'd let them go in and look around for themselves and stuff like that. But as drivers, we sit outside and we converse, sitting down and we stand around and we converse. And then I get back into the vehicle and I'm continuing my journey and say, somebody in the back will go like, do you have another language here? I go like, well, it depends on what you mean. Because what language were you speaking back there with the guys? Like, it was English. But we didn't understand anything. I said, well, it's the dialect, it's spoken English. I'll let you learn it. You won't understand it.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
So they're completely left out. They're completely left out. So I would have to, if there's something that they heard and they didn't understand, I'd have to translate for them.
Yes.
Yes, because for the most part, foreigners enjoy our dialect.
Yeah,
I don't know why we think that we should hide it from them.
that came out clearly. Well, no, we don't hide it, but sometimes, it's difficult if you meet a Spanish man to continue speaking English. You have to try and adapt, adjust. So if you are with them, you try and adjust to their language so they can understand you.
True.
Thank
Not
you.
that you're hiding it.
One of the things I realized. Thank you, caller.
For effective communication, you're trying to adapt.
Indeed.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, caller.
Yeah, Chesley, one of the things I realized is that when you had to revert to using dialect, you find yourself using sign language as well.
Yes.
For emphasis, for interpretation.
Yes. But then we use the language that is appropriate for our audience.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, of course.
Right. If you have visitors and so on, you have to show them around.
Yes.
Even if you use a little bit of dialect, you have to make sure that you're able to communicate with them
Effectively.
effectively.
Yes.
Because they might not.
And eventually.
They might not understand Dong Da Wabi Washabi Kinina.
Yeah. And I like to hear when a person come from North America, for example.
Try to speak the dialect.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, it's very funny.
It's fun.
Yes.
Very funny.
Yes. And let me tell you, not even only North America, because sometimes when I bring home my favorites from Anguilla, when they come home for vacation time,
They try.
Me love to hear about your talking dialect.
Yeah, they try, yeah.
But they have been interacting so much in more recent time now that they are kind of getting the hang of it. I have also had the experience of as a teacher, children who come from who migrate among us. And when they try to speak the dialect,
Try to fit in.
whether they're from America, they're from England or wherever. And as a matter of fact, one spectacular session was, I remember one time observing a local child, I mean I say local child, one who was born and raised here, teaching the dialect to a classmate who came in from overseas. It was rather interesting.
Yes.
So let me finish what I was saying to for some time the dialect, there has been some acceptance of the dialect, but they used to tell you that you use it in if you are using in quoted speech. So if you're writing a story and you want to represent what somebody said, you can use a dialect, but you have to put it in inverted commas. In more recent time, what I understand happens is that where CXC is concerned, consideration is given to your native tongue when they have to grade your scripts. Yes, so you're marking your English and so on. They take into consideration the impact of your native tongue. So our dialect will be taken. The people from Suriname, whatever their dialect is, they take note of that, and so it becomes easier for you to score high on your thing. No. As opposed to time gone by, because long time there, if you don't match up with what they call the Queen's English, I mean nobody bother with that.
Yes.
But was it because they didn't understand themselves?
No, with time, we are the process of liberation is ongoing. We are still continuing to liberate ourselves. So all that is part of it. All right, we're saying that we have to show greater acceptance, greater appreciation of who we are.
Yes, and CSME has hastened the acceptance of much of it as well.
Yes.
Okay, let me finish the comments I have here, and then I'm going to slip out.
Yeah.
A peeping at it here, they do have the final viewings. So I'm going for the
Okay.
service now.
Okay. You're going for the final viewing, are you?
No, the final viewing will be done by the time I get there.
Okay.
So I going for the service.
Okay.
Yes. So let me just take some comments here. Hold the calls until I finish rambling what they have here. Sherilyn, I don't know if I remember share that says good morning to the good old days family and friends. Okay, she says it. Jamfob says the people who always seek to discredit who we are as a people uses the term dialect because we confuse them. But I always tell people here that I speak another language. The reason being, it's a form of communication, yes. We have been so conditioned that we decry ourselves at times and refer to our language as talking bad. Yeah. And you know call not one bad word in what you say. Well, who is anyone to try to make us feel less than? I dare them. The fact of the matter is, when we have to do, we do know how to code switch. Okay, yes. And so you can switch. Some people can move fluently between the dialect and what they call the standard English. Gwen says, I did not know the whole song. I only knew the chorus. Yes. Diana White is saying, good morning all, sending greeting to my brother and family in the USA, coming from the White family of Bansgot. Diane, Kayan Sadler. Good morning, Kayan. Kayan Sadler, my favorite nephew there. I call him my son. He's my nephew, but my great nephew, I call him his son. He's special to me. Says, good morning. Good morning, Kayan. Good to have you as usual. You're the only one that's sending he mostly the one that's sending a little greeting. And he gets away with me because he checks up on me every day. And if I travel, he touch base to make sure everything is going all right. Oh yes, he always checks in on Uncle Joe. That's why I love him so.
Okay.
The others, them hearing me.
A point I want to make, Chesley Shefton, in terms of using one's dialect or you're comfortable. I have observed, right, with our friends from, say, the Dominican Republic and so on. You know, you might encounter them in the supermarket or somewhere in the public, right, in social life, and they're limited English. They're trying to say something to you or trying to express what they need from maybe whoever, right? And they find themselves not being able to express themselves fluently enough. They turn to their partners and start off in the native language.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, that's where they're comfortable.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And it's easy. For them, it's very, very easy to say exactly what they want or how they feel or whatever their request is or so on. And we find ourselves in that place sometimes too.
Yes.
Right? Not that we don't know English, but it's much easier to express yourself or your need or your request or whatever you're going to say. It's much easier to do it in dialect, and you can do it much faster.
Okay. Jamfab say, I'm at the laundry right now and the dryer seemed to have stopped wouldn't restart. So hear me. What happened here? It just came out. I had to burst out and laugh at myself because that's exactly what the program is about. Yes.
That is true.
Denise is in. Denise Ward Dunkley, my dear cousin, your classmate, says, good morning, good old days family. I think you say Abby one.
Yes.
Indeed.
Joseph, was your me daddy? Me daddy and me mommy. Gwen Williams says, on the job here, when I get vexed, I will hit them with me Nevis tongue. They don't know
what they don't understand the thing you say.
Carl, they will ask, what did you say?
I've heard of that situation many times.
Yes. Yes,
you know, where persons express themselves, you know.
Yes, Gingerland say, he went to family. Yason says, yes, Gingerland say Abby, Fountain say Awi. And some butlers used to say Aide, yes. Right,
well, I'm not sure who says what, but I know they're different.
Jamfab says, when people here say that they notice, I have a dialect, I always say to them that they have one as well, and that theirs is different to mine. I am and will always be proud of who I am and where I am from. No humbug me up. And I'm finished. No humbug me up, no.
And a butt up my head.
Indeed. Donna Merritt says, good morning, Ren. I'm listening.
Thank you, Donna. Welcome.
Tamisha Saza say, you better not. You better not. Kayan is, and she put some that. He said, let me not say. Just saying good morning to you, Uncle Joe. Good morning, Ren and Mr. Manners.
Morning. I'm not sure she's trying to say.
I'm not sure if me should take you good morning, you know, because you don't say something about Kayan that I don't tell you and I say.
But she didn't say anything.
Huh?
She didn't say anything.
But me know what you want to say.
Oh, you know what you want to say?
Rwanda Brown say, LOL. When the devil get a bit.
Oh, Lord.
You know me. I talk like a division. Here, Chandra. Nana, I don't understand a thing you say. Just so. Just so.
Okay.
Well, sometimes it's really intended for them not to understand, right?
Indeed.
Because
Or should I share the
Okay, well, yeah, before Chef don't step out, we're going to ask him to read something there in the local dialect.
and this
you
one
know,
this
yes.
comes from my dear cousin Harvey Hendrickson.
Yes. So just a small portion.
And
yes.
this is entitled Granny. And it says, you know, my granny was a philosopher. I mean, I only know about this word when I come big. Like when I left school, I hear the radio say that some man in a far country dead. So the boys and them start to discuss how this man had to be a great man because philosopher are great people who got plenty learning. So I start to think the things my granny did tell me, I swear she too was a philosopher. I mean, like in the early morning, like 5 o'clock, she would wake me up and start to do work. If you hear she, sun don't come up, you could lie down there, let nigga walk over you. I mean, what she really mean? When I went school, the teacher tell me something else. Early to bed, early to rise, makes a man healthy, wealthy, and wise. This I understand. But at 5 o'clock, Granny tell me something different. She was a philosopher. Okay? And Daisy, I'm going to slip out for a little bit and take in a bit of the homegoing service for the dear mom of Tulu. Hopefully I might make it back before the close of the show.
Well, as they would say,
because it's nearly quarter to 11 now.
take your time, walk fast.
Oh yeah.
You know that one, right?
Huh?
You know that one.
If
You know that one.
yes, yeah man.
Mm.
Yeah, man. And somebody else say when you hurry, take your time.
And somebody else would say, whatever you do, do quickly.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly.
All the best.
Okay, all right,
Take our
definitely.
greetings. Mm.
Yes, definitely. Thanks for representing.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay, all right. Now let's just we can continue to look at some of the features of the dialect when, and we can look at the use of na.
Nah.
Yeah. Where do we place na in our dialect? Na.
Well,
Yeah.
it's mostly negative.
We're negative, right? So you say
Me nah do it.
na do it,
Me nah come.
na come.
Me nah go.
Exactly. Is or are not doing something, right? Okay. So they are not doing something. He's not doing something. For example, we say, we nah go. We nah go. Okay.
Me nah go.
Right. She nah walk.
She nah walk.
She nah walk.
She nah walk today.
Yeah.
She nah come.
She nah come. Exactly.
He nah go.
The choir nah sing. The choir nah sing. Okay.
It's really replacing not
Dag nah back. In a kind of a way.
sometimes.
Yes. Okay. Because it's negative too. And we had just look at the use of bin. Okay. No bin. Okay. All right.
And that have nothing to do with garbage.
Exactly. And we also use a lot of double negatives in the dialect, and it's okay because of the structure of the language. It's okay. In English, in standard English, we try to avoid double negatives.
Yes.
Because it's seen as even though you still might be able to communicate with your audience or your listener, it's not accepted. It's not considered to be accepted or standard that you use double negatives just like that. But in the dialect, that is part of the structure. For example, and we were talking about the syntax or the way the words are arranged in the local dialect, and we said that it has a syntax of its own. Okay, so double negatives are often used. For example, me no see nobody. Me no see nobody. Right? Me no see nobody. Right? Okay. Me nah do nothing. Me nah do nothing. Okay, and that is okay in our local dialect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I've been trying to remember a conversation that I had with my wife Chesty, who is from St. Kitts.
Yes.
And we were kind of comparing their dialect with ours.
Right.
And I found myself, and I had to apologize, found myself correcting, right?
Yes.
Because she was using, and I'd like to hear it,
Yes.
the dialect that they use in St. Kitts, particularly in the countryside.
Right.
You know, like, well, much like us here in Nevis, when in the countryside, because you would hear somebody say, "Oh, you're from a country." You know, as they listen to you speak, they say, "You're from a country," and sometimes they can tell you where in the country you're from,
Yes.
because of how you use the language,
Right.
right? But there are some similarities.
And well, even between the, as close as we are, St. Kitts Nevis, as you say, we get some, we get different varieties,
Yes,
sounds and so on.
Some different
For
sounds.
example,
yes,
we would say in dialect, we say very, right? Very, more or less. What say, very? Sing is a very. I think.
Very?
Yeah, sometimes they provide, they pronounce the V like more like a W.
Yeah.
You get a W sound, right?
Right.
Okay. And we were saying that even in Nevis itself, as small as the island is, we can get slightly different varieties
In different areas.
sounds, depending on where we are.
One example I can remember, perhaps in St. Kitts, where we say you, they say oh.
Yes. Okay. And yes.
They say una here, una hear that,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And then we do get sometimes a few of the sounds that are close to the
Yes.
Jamaican dialect. Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Now let's look at the when we are dealing with possession, saying that something belongs to somebody, and we use the apostrophe S, as we would normally say in English grammar, right? We use the apostrophe S, but the apostrophe S in the dialect is omitted. For example, you want to say, for example, it's John's pen. What you would say, Ren?
A John pen.
Yeah, right. Good. So we use the to carry that meaning there, right?
In place of it's.
Right.
Right.
A John pen for position. Okay. A Mari pig. Okay.
Or a he one.
A he one. A he one.
A she one.
Right.
A them one.
Exactly. A Miss Matty Poss. A Miss Matty Poss. Okay. A them clothes.
A he close be.
Yes. Okay. Now, the use of the pronouns, our subject pronouns like I, you, he, she, we, they. Let's see what we have in the dialect. Okay. For example, I do not know. We would say what? I do not know.
Me no.
Me no know. Me no know. Okay. So media would replace the I. Me no know. For example,
Or sometimes e.
Right.
If referring to a person, like if you speak in second person.
He or she. Right. Okay. Or we might say ano. Me no. Ano. Okay. So
She
the
says she no
idea-
know.
Right. The idea replacing the idea replacing the I. So
Yes.
I don't know. We would say.
Me no know.
Or sorry. I know. We would say me no or ano. Ano. Okay. All right. You. Okay. You tend to remain constant, right?
You, yes.
You are there, but we would say
You there.
You know, you're there. Okay, so the you tend to remain constant there.
For most parts.
Right. For he, she, we would say what?
For he,
Yeah. So we want to say he does not see anything. He does not see anything. We would say he.
e.
Right?
Right, e.
He not see nothing.
He say no see nothing.
He not see nothing.
Or he not been there.
Right. He not come yet. He not come yet. And that is applied to both
He and she.
she, right?
Yes,
He
yes.
and she. Now let's look now at the other subject for now.
How about them?
Them. Yeah, we're coming. Yeah, coming.
Okay.
We're coming
Sorry.
down to that, right? Okay. So the we now, the plural, the we.
We have a call.
It's called.
Good morning, caller. You on the good old days. Welcome.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Listen, I've been listening, but I'll pick up a little something there. You said you remain constant.
Yes.
For the most
Remember-
parts.
Yeah, well, for the most part, it's a little qualifier that you get right. Because remember, we have different dialects, different islands.
But we're talking about Nevis. We're talking about Nevis.
Yes, but dialect is dialect, and dialect for Montserrat and dialect for Jamaica, and Antigua is dialect.
Okay.
That's
But
why
they-
we are saying Nevis.
they vary a little.
Okay.
So the U does not exactly remain constant because
Yes.
in Jamaica they say uno.
Yeah,
Mm.
You know, so
Yes.
that we have to take into consideration too.
Yes.
Is dialect.
Right.
Mm.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
But
Thank you, caller.
maybe we need to point out to the caller, Chesley, that we're not necessarily speaking about dialect in the broad sense, but we're specifically referring to the Nevisian dialect
Nevis context, right.
in the Nevis context, right?
Right. And we do recognize that there are a lot of overlapping and so on.
Yes, indeed.
And a lot of similarities.
Mhm.
Okay. Right. So we know what do we use to for we?
Abi.
Abi. Okay. So we say
And these are the kinds of
Abi,
things.
Abi.
These are the kinds of things, Chef Chesley, that gets me thinking.
yes.
Because in our modern day language or our modern way of thinking, for the most part, something comes from something, right? For instance, you would hear a word, and you would say, "Okay, that word comes from that word."
Yes.
I can't think of an example right now. Maybe you can think of one.
Okay. Go ahead, Ren.
But so when you hear something like Abi, you're like, where in the world did Abi come from? Because there's nothing in Abi that represents we in terms of the pronunciation or the spelling.
Right.
So how did our forefathers come up with Abi? A
Okay. Abi,
B.
Abi, and B.
and B?
Right. Okay, let's take this call.
Good morning, caller, in the good old days.
Yes. Good morning. Just we're talking about Davis dialect, right?
Yes, and when you're talking to us on the phone, you need to behave yourself, okay? Because your signal goes and comes, and we want everybody to hear exactly what you're saying.
Oh, sorry. I'm traveling. I'm driving.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So what I was saying is that we are talking about dialect, and we're gonna run ourselves into a little difficulty when we think. I thought we're trying to make it common. If we say if we're gonna separate Jamaican dialect,
Yeah.
English dialect, we're only complicating matters. It's like all these different languages we're trying to make a common. Everybody gotta learn them.
Yeah.
And instead of, if we combine them as dialect, I think it would be a better idea.
Right.
Because see where we're gonna run into problems. That word you talked about a while ago, Abi. You think that the biggest problem with that is that you're not seeing a connection with we. But I think that the people from Windward say I did.
And
The
there's
people
also
from Gingerland say Abi.
right. And there's also are we?
And we're talking about
Yes.
the same word,
Right.
the same meaning. So what we're going to do now? Have different dialects in Nevis?
No. Well.
No, but we
let we keep dialect common as one dialect.
we made it clear, caller, that very early in the program that in Nevis and maybe in other islands as well, in different parts of the islands, the dialect varies.
Yes, but
Right. So that's a point that we have to make.
Yes.
But Ren, the point I was making is that to make it easier and to make it more useful,
Yes.
it would be better if we just say dialect and be done with it.
But because dialect for us is not dialect for everybody.
Yeah, but if you
Because remember in some islands they call it, what they call it, in the Windward Islands, what they call their dialect.
So
Patois.
Patois, there you
right.
go.
Well, we did say at the beginning, we did say local, right?
Yeah, we said so. Yes, that's the point I'm
dialect.
making.
So wherever you are, you can just say local.
Local dialect.
But
yes.
Listen, Carla, but we do appreciate that there are some overlapping.
Yes.
If you say
yes.
wherever we are, we just say dialect.
Yes.
Local dialect.
Yes.
Then we are saying the same thing
Right.
in different words.
Right.
Right. All right.
Thank
point,
you.
point well taken. All right. Thank you very much. Okay. All right. Now the they now, right? We were on the subject pronoun, the they. Okay. Them, they.
Them day.
We say them or we say they. Okay. They here. They here. They are here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Them asleep.
Mm-hmm.
Them asleep.
Them in there.
They asleep. Them in there, and so on. All right. Okay. And for our object pronouns like me and you, and well, you and him and her, it, us, them.
His.
For example,
hers.
we say okay, give me. Okay, give me. Okay, that's okay. Give give
Gium.
yeah, gum, right? Give
Give
okay,
or
right.
gium.
Gum, okay. And when we say gum,
Sometimes we
what
use
does that
two
mean?
words, sometimes we use one.
Yeah, so gum would mean what? Gum would mean
Give
yeah,
her or him.
give her or him, right? Right. And we also would say for it, eat
Eat
right? Eat
Eat Eat it.
yes. And for us, okay, R becomes up again. For example, teacher Bangabi.
Akamabigo.
Kumabigo, right? Okay. And for them, we have also them again, right? Them is used again. Wash them. Okay. Wash
Yeah,
them.
we take off the T, the TH, right?
The thing, yeah. Right? Okay. All right. Now, as in English, right? We get in the dialect, the situation where we often combine some words for
Emphasis.
right, and intensity, right? For example, hellfire licking, hellfire, right? Hell and fire going together, right? Well, hell is fire and
Because
fire
hell is fire, and
Yes.
fire is associated with hell.
Yes.
Hell is associated with
Right.
fire.
So if Granny say I'm gonna give you a hellfire licking,
You don't know.
Yes.
That's serious.
okay, all right. Now,
Yes, it's to bring across, like I say, emphasis. You know.
right. Now look at the intensity now, or the emphasis that this bring now. You got wet, right? You got wet in the rain from head to toe. So we would say what?
It's sapping down wet.
Right. We say dung
Dung
sapping wet.
dung sapping wet.
Dung sapping wet, right? Dung sapping wet. Okay, so we say,
There's no relation.
right. So look at the color here, and look at the combination of the words, how they come together in the dialect, to really let you know that the person is really drenched, right? From head to toe. Okay. All right. What about this one? You two run race. You two run race. All right. Look at this in the dialect, and we can see, how we combine two words for intensity. You two run race. Now, when we say somebody run race in dialect, what do we mean when? Okay. We have a caller. Let's take this call.
Good morning, caller. You in the good old days.
Why be this?
What this way?
Why be this?
Why be this?
This is the good old days.
Yes.
Okay.
Are you understanding?
Good. Boy, good morning.
You get it?
Guess what? Money? Limby used to have a song saying every time he come out with this try see money coming. So
Yeah.
Headmaster, how are you?
Man, I'm doing all right.
Okay.
You know,
that's
for
good.
time being. What about you?
That last boy ain't doing so bad. In fact, I'm doing extremely good.
Okay,
So you can
all
call
right.
him.
Say good morning in Canary language, Canary dialect.
Don't have a clue. But
That's how we say good morning in Canary dialect. Boy,
you don't know.
you don't
Why
know.
be this?
Yes.
Why be this? You remember them Chinese, them karate movies? You got Headmaster got laugh like one of them fellas who they used to refer to as them spy. Headmaster
Kung Fu?
interesting laugh. That's all. Headmaster, where you gonna laugh them from?
Boy, I don't know. I don't know where you come from.
Well, that's a good. That's why that.
Saturday morning because the laugh there is an interesting laugh.
Mm.
That's why you have to ask why we do.
Oh, that's why that's what it is. Okay. Thank you.
Anyway, if I can be good, be careful.
Be careful, yes.
Yeah, if the boating on a break, so remember the water is wet, so you can slide.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
Right, man.
All right, then.
Right.
All right, thank you, caller. Okay. All right. So, we are focusing on our local dialect. Okay.
Chester, there's an expression that I have never been able to understand. Never. It doesn't matter how I turn it. Well, I've never heard anybody try to explain it, but I never understand it. You know, when you're referring to something big and you want to emphasize how big it is,
yes.
What do we say? Okay, so if you want to say Shefton has a big house, what would you say?
Wapang. We would say
a hell of a big house.
Hell of a big, right? Hell of a big, right? Okay, right. Good. That's a good, colorful one there. When,
yes.
Hell of a big, right?
A hell of a big house.
Hell of a big. Okay, so hell of a big there is almost like a kind of adjective that you're using, putting words together to describe, right? Hell of a big.
But then if you try to bisect you cannot find the connection, right? Because one cannot
hell of a big.
One cannot associate hell with big. Because we don't know that much about hell to say, well, hell is a big place or whatever.
Well, boy, if there are a lot of wicked people in, then hell will be a big place. Right? Just as
we're not. The reality is that we're not hoping that a lot of people will go there.
We're hoping nobody go to hell, but wherever you go, I think space will be needed. Right? So maybe the devil a pillar and the shed. Anyway, we're hoping. Okay, no, we're not going there.
Right.
All right. Now let's look at this one now. He looked Japping. What does Japping mean?
Thin.
Yeah, right. You're losing weight. Now here is something that we use for this plant that we call the I'm trying to remember the scientific name now. The Christmas candle or the love bush. Never dead.
Oh, never dead.
Never dead. Okay, the plant never dead. Okay, this is the never dead plant. Okay, all right. Combination never dead. Right. You are ringing down fool.
Ringing down idiot.
Ringing down fool.
Ringing down. Yeah.
Ringing down.
Oh, you're talking about the combination of words.
Right. Ringing down fool. Ringing down fool. Now, Granny also used this one very often. You are real tiger lion. She put two animals together, right? Two images together there.
Tiger lion.
Yeah, real tiger lion. So we have two powerful animals in the animal kingdom, tiger and lion. So what does Granny mean when she say, he a real tiger lion?
He's terrible.
Yeah, or be strong. A real strong person, right? Okay.
How about Pambinambi?
Pambinambi. Okay. And what does that mean when? Pambinambi.
Well, I think it means you're foolish.
Okay. Then away, right? Then away. You look pour me one. Pour me one be used as an adjective there. You look pour me one.
You look lonely, you look alone, you look
right.
Bewildered, you look
pitiful. You're pitiful. Okay. The party are nothing but wash your foot and come.
Wash your foot and come.
Wash your foot and come. That whole string of words there describing the party, right?
Yes.
Wash your foot and come. Okay.
That means you don't have to comply with any particular dress code.
Right.
You just come however you want.
Right. You stone moderation dress. We use this a lot. Stone moderation dress. Okay.
And sometimes that is taken figuratively.
Right. Yes. Okay. Okay. All right. Now
that is simply to say that you're just formal.
Exactly.
And you're looking real good.
Definitely. Okay. Stone moderation dress, right? Okay. Now we often get let's take this call.
Good morning, caller. You're in the good old days.
Yeah, you can tanker us.
Yeah, you can tanker us. Yes. And what does that mean? When you tell somebody they can tanker us, what does that mean?
like you're troublesome. You're a troubled child.
You're right. You
Hard to deal with.
hard to deal with. Stubborn.
That's right, hard to deal with, right?
Stubborn, yes.
Difficult.
Yeah.
And you may be a person who even lose your temper very easily too.
That's
You're
right.
right. Difficult.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you very much. Right. Nice word there. Real cantankerous. That is a value.
Right.
Right. Okay. Now we have a situation where we often have the nouns, a regular noun being used as a verb. For example, your dog behind me. Yeah? Your dog. All right? Dog is supposed to be a noun, but we would say, your dog behind me. What does that mean? You tell somebody, your dog behind me.
That's mostly used when somebody is following, what should I say? Following undesirably.
Right. The person don't really want you.
You don't really want them to be close to you.
Right, but you still in the
But
company,
they're still always there.
Right.
Not necessarily following you in your shadow, but everywhere you go to be. Everywhere you go, you see them.
You see them there. Okay. All right. Okay. And stop tailback. How about this one? Stop tailback. Your tailback. Okay. Tail being used here as a
Rear.
as a verb, right?
Behind,
Stop
yeah.
Tailback. Your tailback.
You're behind.
Falling back.
You're slow.
Behind.
Yeah,
Right.
you're dropping back.
Right. Now, here's this one. He always edge up. He always edge up. Edge. Edge we recognize as a noun.
As a noun, yes.
Right.
It speaks to movement.
We use here now as a word of movement, right? He always edge up. What does that mean? You are edge up. You are edge up. Always edge up.
Again,
Yeah.
it's a negative.
It's a negative.
Yes.
Yes.
It's somebody trying to get close
Yes.
when you don't think they should.
Right. Trying to be in things that
Yes.
you don't want
Trying to get
right?
involved in things
Right,
that you don't think they should be involved in.
Right. Okay. Okay. Now we also omit words in the dialect sometimes when we ask a question, right? So sometimes part of the verb structure is omitted. For example, you're going. You're going. Okay, it's
you're going on it.
English, right? It's like something about distortion of the English, right? You're going. You're singing. I mean, she's singing, etc. Okay.
Church lesson, you're going?
Right. Okay, and then sometimes we insert no when we're asking a question.
Yeah, like in that same
Yes.
you're going, no?
Yeah, you're going, no? You're going, no? Okay. You are going.
Or you call somebody and say, come here, no?
Yeah, come here, no? Yeah.
Come here, no?
Yeah.
And then
You
somebody
coming, no?
who's funny might say, well, you say no, so.
Exactly. You can see me, no? You can see me, no? You know?
You see me, no?
Right. So we get we get that, right? But what we are saying is that the dialect is able to.
It's dynamic.
Right, definitely, and it can represent what we want to say, quite easily.
Once you understand it.
Exactly. Yes.
But do you find, Chesley, that persons are, for the most part, able to explain what they're saying in dialect?
Yes.
Pretty easily?
Yes, definitely.
Much easier than standard English.
You're right. Definitely.
For instance, I think it came. That's where this whole idea came from. Don't speak big words.
Right. And
Right? Because you can use words and don't understand what it is you're trying to say.
Right. And it's often for us a kind of comfort zone. You can get it easy.
Yes.
To talk it in dialect.
Yeah, you express yourself
Right.
more fluently sometimes.
And then sometimes we get some very dramatic expressions. For example, you look like you're on starvation ground.
You're on the police.
Right. You're on starvation ground. You look right. You look. Okay. And then we get this one here. I don't got brass hit me.
Oh, I've heard this. I don't know if you've heard it. I don't have crananang.
I don't got cranana. Yes, I don't got cranana. Okay. Yes. Okay. you don't apart. Me sorry you that because you way down apart. You don't apart.
Or somebody say, me down a dark part.
Yes.
Me right down a dark part. Means things are rough.
Right, definitely.
You don't have anything to eat. You probably don't have any money.
Right.
You probably don't have, what you'd like to wear or everything like that. You're really down under.
Right. Okay.
Really low.
Yeah. And here's a nice one. They would normally have your bang dog. Okay. Your bang dog. When you tell somebody boy, you're bang dog, I'm your bang dog. Things bad, right?
Yes.
Things real bad.
Yes, it's negative. Yes.
Things real bad. Okay. What I'm going to do now? I'm going to read just a small portion of a poem here by one of our celebrated authors, Hansel Manners. We're talking about mango. So I'm just going to read just a small portion of it where he uses the dialect.
While you do that, let's say good morning to Steve, who's mostly always listening.
Right. Good morning.
And also to his brother Hansel.
Right.
And his sisters, what's the name? Rublet and
yes, Myrtlin. Yes, Marilyn. Okay.
Marilyn. Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Now here's a part of the poem, "Mango Nevis Mango" by Hansel Manners, right? And he uses the dialect here. I'm going to read it. Just a small portion of it. Okay. They dropping on me rooftop. They dropping on me car. They dropping in me kappa. Mango declare war. They just dropping. They dropping. Bop, bop, burup, bop. They dropping. Yes, mango declare war. I pack them in me freezer. My fridge run out of space. They under my bed, my bathroom, my kitchen, in my brand new chair. Mango all over the place. I eat them for my breakfast. I eat some for lunch. I have 10 of them for dinner. I eat them by the bunch. Okay? All right.
I wanted to point out something there quickly before I forget, Chesley. Bop, bop, burup.
Yes.
What is one supposed to understand?
Yes, that's the sound of
the sound, not only the sound of the mango when they drop, but the consistency.
Right.
Right? So if they drop boop, boop,
burup,
boop, 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 burup, burup mean fast.
You mean fast,
yes.
So mango drop fast.
Mango drop fast.
Yes. So you got to clear out the way, otherwise you drop your head, right?
There you go.
Okay.
And the boop mean they drop hard.
Right, definitely. Okay. Well, a few persons would have make some. Yes, I just want to read a few things here. Okay. Denise Ward Dunkley, she was expressing condolences for her cousin's children and the rest of her family. Okay. Also to her good friend and classmates Judith David family and the Glasgow family of Cork Road. Right. Okay. All right. Now Denise was saying Butler say Ide, right? Ide. So that's Ide. There's a variation we get there. Okay, all right. We get greetings from Martha Mango Tree. Martha Mango. That's a nice name. So
Mango Tree?
Yeah, Martha Mango Tree. Okay, and Martha Mango Tree said, my mom.
Does it mean that her name is Mango Tree or she bringing greetings from her Mango Tree?
Well, it looked like her surname is Mango Tree.
Oh, okay.
So
it's interesting.
So we could call her Mrs. Mango Tree. Okay. All right. So she's saying that my mother used to say, "You're acting like the monkey lender." The monkey lender. Interesting one.
I never heard of it.
It would be good to hear what that means. Martha. Okay, monkey lender. Okay.
You're acting like the monkey lender.
Yes, Denise. You look sad. You look poor, me one. Okay. Martha also says, my father used to tell my mother, "You ship shape and Bristol fashion." He means she was well dressed.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Nice. Okay. Then he say edge up mean getting closer. Okay. Or be friend with someone who doesn't want to be. Starvation grung mean that you are
hungry.
You're hungry. Okay. All right. Okay. So what we'll do now, we have another story to play for you. This one is also in dialect. Another one from the Miss Matty series. Let me see if I can find it here. Okay. Okay. Right. This one is bacchanal at the water tank, right? Now, we are saying that the local dialect comes with a certain level of drama, all right, and intensity that, is different from the standard English.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Yes, go ahead.
even like the modern drama or the standard drama, call it
Yes.
what you will, Chesley. Like if you're watching a movie, right? The music would indicate when you would know by the type of music you hear that
Yes.
something tragic is going to happen.
Yes.
Or if somebody is hiding, or if somebody is running, or if somebody is coming, or if somebody dies or something like that, right?
Right.
So too in the dialect, the words that are used, kind of indicates
Right.
what's happening, what is going to happen, and so on.
Right. Right. Definitely. Good point. Right. And we must recognize also that in our dialect we have a lot of cultural elements embedded in it.
Like
Okay.
wow,
Wow. Yes. Okay. And
Omiamo.
Right. Good. And a lot of the words that are associated with our landscape, our whole way of life, are embedded in our dialect.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now let's just listen again. You might have heard it before, but this one is bacchanal at the water tank, right? And this was a time when, there was a lot
Dry
of
season.
desperation for water in the dry spell in Nevis. Things were hard, and people had to go around to get water from the different water tanks and so on. Okay.
Now we have to listen not just
Yes.
for the entertainment, but you have to listen
the dialect.
Listen
the dialect and see how it rendered
Right.
the situation.
It helps you to
Right.
to understand
Right.
the concept.
And it captured the drama around what happened at the water tank. Okay, so let's just lend a listening here.
Bacchanal at the water tank. School children on holidays. 5 o'clock in the morning, and there was a crowd at the water tank. Everybody got the bucket or the pan to get a ton of water before the sun peep up from down yonder. People come from all over Jericho, some from miles away, to register their position officially in the line. Father, mother, children, Tooth, Mum, and Sam waiting the turn. And what a wild laughter and intense melee. You hear Panyega business, you hear Pan news. Soki give Daryl Dr. Fish and they married the same day. The Kunumunu Bobo, he no realize that he got the wrong pick me. Jumbie kill Edgar and his funeral later. Mabel can't turn she can, so she gets sent back home. Sarah Band pick me, and not a soul be know that she was in the baby's way. Anything you want to hear, just come a water tank. People leaving, people coming, and a sudden news a fly. But then all of a sudden, there was a big hush. Everybody looked back when somebody whisper, you watch out, the Brugu Miss Anya come. This Miss Annie was a real Rivera, and she think everybody feared she. So she come full water anytime she feel like, because all she got to do is march her tail to the top of the line, move everybody bucket, then put down she own to fill she water. Not even a little good morning or a little smile. She been coarse like Usada stick. She was an unwelcome sight at the water tank. But if Miss Annie been say she praised that morning, she would have saved herself plenty trouble. Little did Miss Annie know she was going to meet she match. Miss Matty was there, and she always say, "No come play the fool with me, because me no clean." Miss Matty watched Miss Annie from the corner as she eye like Miss Gibson bulldog. She put she bucket under the pipe, then she stand back. She hand pan she hip, one eye pan she bucket, and the next pan Miss Annie. Miss Annie march up to the water tank. Not a sound you hear. Jumbia pass. She push Miss Matty bucket, then she put down she own. All in a flash you hear kanank. Miss Matty take Miss Annie bucket and she wet one lick in she forehead. Everybody say, "Lord, Miss Annie, you dead." Miss Annie bawl out, "Oh my God, girl, Miss Matty, you chop me." Miss Matty was like a tiger lion. So what are you going to do about it? I bet you hear about night this morning. Miss Annie will rush up in Miss Matty face and say, I bet you don't touch me again. Miss Matty grabbed Miss Annie by she floor back frack, and before you know it, Miss Annie was on the ground. She jumped up looking worse than a shenche fall. Hear the crowd, hold on, Miss Matty, hold on. In the meantime, not a bucket was under the pipe. Mad and she daughter try full the water and clear out. Now Miss Annie was behaving like crazy nigger. She pick up nearly 20 stone, then she drop all of them. She backs up she fist and scream, I bet you don't touch me again. Miss Matty give Miss Annie one hard push and she end up on Joe. Joe get vexed. If anyone I accompany me again, I drown you right in the bucket of water here. Everybody being glad that Miss Annie get your tail pungy in that morning. Not a soul she when she disappeared from the scene. All you hear in the distance was, you Miss Matty there. I bet you don't come up here. I want you to hit me again. And then as soon as you look again, there was no more Miss Annie. They always say that all she had, apart from she big nose, was she mouth. But then, when you think all bacchanal was over, down the road come Dr. K with the size of a stick in his hand, looking for his 3 daughters. They had just get the chance to fill the water, but he started to lick left, right, and center. Since God make morning, are you left home? Me whom I wait panayo, are you down your idle? La Dr. K, a woman cry. They just get the chance to fill the water. There was a big crowd and a lot of confusion. They just start to fool no go on so. Jeannie, Margaret and Suki full the water, put the bucket on the head and the outer port up the road. But you know, I still think that them days they at the water tank been fun days. They were like a mixture of wrestling and BBC. No matter how far you had to go for water, you went without a fuss. But I really prefer how things be these days. You just open the pipe and the water right there. But I miss the gossip, the information, and the spirit of community. But Lord, sometimes there was too much bacchanal just for a ton of water.
Okay, all right. Okay, right. So,
yeah, you know, Chesley, my first comment would be we have to thank God that those times have changed because people don't seem to have that much, what you call it, sense of reasoning these days.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Right, definitely. You know, and Dr. K went to look for his daughters, them.
Yes, sir.
Lord, it must be a long line, but he still beat them.
Because he waiting on them long.
Right. You don't get head. Okay, so that one was in dialect, and it represented a situation that existed back then, and you would realize that there was a lot of drama, you know, around the water tank. Okay, and I think the dialect was able to capture.
There was a word that came out of the story that spoke to something we spoke about earlier in terms of drama and what to expect after you hear certain words. Now, the narrator said when Miss Annie put on her bucket, Miss Matty run fast and everybody hear Canon.
Yes.
Now before you even said what happened, you know what happened.
Right.
From a dialect standpoint.
Definitely.
Right?
Right.
So that's what we're talking about, how the words can be expressive.
Right. Okay. Althea Rollins is with us. We say good morning, and all the others there in the US. Okay, we have Martha Mangochi again. She said, when I was younger and being abstinent and jumping up and down, that is when my mother would say, you're jumping up and down like the monkey lender. Oh. Okay, all right. So that's the context there. All right. Okay. All right. So, well, we're right down at the bottom of the hour, and I think just about ready to close. But today we were focusing on our local dialect. Of course, when we move from island to island, we see a lot of similarities.
Yes.
A lot of overlapping. But we were just looking at our context and the different features that we have in our local dialect. And we are saying when that it represents us.
And mark you, in reference to our local dialect, we were only able to just barely, I don't think we have even passed through the introduction, because it's so multifaceted, right? Our local dialect, so colorful, so entertaining, so dramatic, if you will, and some persons use it more intensely than others.
Yes, that is so true.
One other thing that I found, Chesley, is that persons mostly revert to the dialect when they're angry, because they find more colorful words to express themselves.
Yes, you're as you would say, your comfort.
In your comfort zone.
Yes. Okay. All right. So, well, that would do it for today's edition of the Good Old Days.
Yes, let me say. Let me not forget to say happy birthday to Dulgia Penny, who is a very constant listener and supporter of 2020 Vision Radio. Happy birthday to you, Dulgia. She's enjoying her birthday today. And also to say happy birthday to my son, Ranel, who will have a birthday tomorrow, God's willing.
Happy birthday to you all.
Okay. Enjoy your day today.
Right. Happy birthday, and may you stay the same age until next year this time, so.
Huh?
May you stay the same age until next time, so. But there's still gonna be. I mean, if you are.
Yes, whatever. Yeah.
If you are 10 today, you're gonna be.
Because they don't count. We don't count the months, right?
Well, that's what I was saying.
That's a good one, Chelsea. Never thought of it like that.
Okay.
Yeah. But yes. So enjoy your day, or as Chesley suggested, enjoy your year.
Yes.
Right? And we hope that you live to see many, many more. And whatever you do today, don't forget to give God thanks for having brought you to another milestone.
Yes, definitely.
In your life.
All right. So until next week, then. Next week, hopefully, we'll have a guest that's going to be here as we continue to celebrate. And as we say, we're not really paying putting any particular emphasis on the month of February per se, because it's a celebration throughout the year.
But as the good old days always do, we celebrate our people, we celebrate our heritage, we celebrate our blackness, we celebrate our,
Yes. So thanks to everyone who joined us this morning. All right, continue to enjoy your weekend. Have a blessed week coming up, and we do look forward to being with you next week. Same time.
Yes, same place. Yes.
Okay.